Yesterday in my Stellar Blade video, I talked about this Farm Folks game and what was going on with it. A quick TLDR, the company put out a video on the Farm Folks Twitter account, and they were talking about chest physics in it and what percentage is best. And they had it go all the way up to 150%. It was kind of a funny post, to be honest, and you really don't see a lot of companies get a little cheeky like that so much anymore. Usually that kind of a joke is completely off limits. And, of course, the usual suspects went into the post and got all mad, and then the other side got in there, and they were saying, what's the big deal? Who cares? Why do you care so much? And, of course, the company decided to bend the knee and apologize for putting that post out there, which was clearly a joke, but you're not allowed to have any kind of sexual humor anymore. Anything that could be deemed misogynistic and sexist has to go. You can't have that kind of humor. Knock, knock jokes only in today's woke world. So now you've got the gamer out there, Farm Folks, Jiggle Physics, and the problem with cozy games. And then, of course, there's stuff like this from Noisy Pixels. Farm Folks apologizes for crossing the line and values the feedback of community. So you mean they just value the feedback of game journalists? Because that's the first person they talk to right here with this article. From Kotaku, Farm Folks CEO on boob physics. We don't want to attract nasty people. A bizarre post from an in-development indie game has sparked controversy and questions. Well, it didn't really spark any controversy. Not in a normal world, it shouldn't have. It only attracted cancel pig weirdos who want to control the gaming space with an iron fist. And if anybody comes out that makes anything different, that tries to cater to a male audience, they go insane over it. They go wild and crazy, like the world is going to melt down. You look at the reaction to Stellar Blade and tell me that isn't true. Look at all the female video game characters that have come out from the Western studios over the past couple of years and tell me that isn't true. These people hate sexiness. They hate beautiful women. It's okay if it looks like that chick from Hades 2 because she has the face of a man. That Greek goddess, I forget the name of her already, but it's I've shown it in videos. She has the face of a man, 100%. So she's blurring the lines between men and women, and that's why they're all horny for her. And it's so damn obvious. I don't know how they can sit here and defend it, but they still do. Alyssa here goes wild all the time over this shit. Blocks people and then stalks them on social media. Pretty sure she wants to bang Hypnotic. Good channel, friend of this channel. Check him out. She's obsessed with him. She's always talking about him. He's put out some funny videos talking about it. But she interviewed this guy that runs the studio that's making Farm Folks, and he said a bunch of stupid shit, and it kind of sounds like she's twisting up some of the stuff he says, too. This is a great example of why you should never talk to a games journalist. They'd ask you for a comment. They're not going to put your comment out there, right? And then they're going to spin it. So the guy who talked to her, she wrote the article, but the guy she talked to is clearly afraid. The entire time he's talking about how both sides have bad actors, which can be true. Absolutely. But the problem is he suggested that her side has bad actors. And because of that, she complains about him the entire article. Because he says that he wants to have real, tasteful, elegant boob physics. He says that in this article, 100%. And she doesn't like that. And you can tell she was she was annoyed having to talk to him. She said, I had to listen to him talk for an hour. I didn't want to be here. And then takes stuff like this and puts it up here. If you're having problems with our characters, like, look for help. Maybe go and date a woman or something like that, because this is not our goal. We don't want to attract people that are attracted to only these body parts. He's Russian is what I'm going to get. Like, I feel like this guy, it says in the interview that he moved here from Turkmenistan. I had to go and look that up real quick because it's not a country you hear about all the time. You know what I'm saying? So I think there's some stuff lost in translation here, but she still doesn't give the game any shout-outs. Like, she ends it with only time will tell. Listen to how she closes this. I felt more than a little bit of whiplash while talking to Kozlov. In one breath, he'd say something like, everyone is welcome. And another, he'd bemoan the existence of radicals on both sides. He told me he was talking to me with an open heart, but made a comment about the press twisting words. In our over hour-long conversation, he spoke about saving bugs in his house, how young I looked, thanks Botox, and the politics of his country. But ultimately, it felt like he was open to having a discussion and against bad actors using farm folks as a background for their culture war. Even if he was hesitant to make sweeping, politically charged statements. Only time will tell. Yeah, you know what he's trying to do here with this interview is he's trying to walk the line. But he had to denounce Mark Kern Grums over on Twitter, which he absolutely did, and kind of dig on our side a little bit more than theirs. And that seems to have somewhat pleased Alyssa, and it looks like she's going to fall back on this game because he did apologize. But the clear answer that I have for this company is you should have never apologized. That was stupid. And now you are definitely going to lose support for your game. And you're going to gain support from people that weren't going to buy it anyway. But yeah, she's definitely inserting her own shit in this and kind of pressed this guy a little bit. But, you know, the damage is done. People are pretty picky with what they spend their money on today. And I don't think Farm Folks is going to be one of them. You should have just left it alone. There was nothing in a sane world. There was nothing wrong with their original post. But, you know, the fun police have to come out of the woodwork and go after people that just try to have a little bit of adult fun. I mean, it's Twitter. Check the comments of every damn post you make on there now. Someone's in there telling you to check the boobs in their bio. Overrun with bots. So one stupid post about jiggle physics, I don't think would have hurt anybody until they got a hold of it and charged it up. But, you know, the damage is done to this game now. So hopefully Alyssa will promote it. Oh, wait, no, she won't. If anything, she'll probably have them give it a bad review because there's no ethics in video game journalism. Anyway, that's pretty much it. Let me know what you guys think about all this in the comments below. Also, if you would, please like, subscribe, share the video. Make sure you're still subscribed. Hit that notification bell, and I will see you on the next one. Peace. Make sure to check out my locals. There's a link in the description. It's a fun community that I'm trying to build over here. If you don't want to support me on YouTube, you can come over here. None of that money goes to YouTube. You also can just come over here for free. But if you are a supporter over here, I do plan on doing an extra live stream once a month and throwing links to the supporters so you can actually come on and have a supporter live stream with me. Also, it's a good place to catch all of my content. You don't have to worry about notifications like YouTube. They'll definitely work over here. So come check out my locals.